Alright, so this info just dropped, this is completely unexpected. Like, actually completely unexpected. But I looked at it a little bit, and it sounds really, really cool. Um, so let's go through it, and then let's talk about the potential of it. Because this shit sounds awesome, actually. Just more WoW to play. Sounds great. Relive an adventure of an all-new event arriving in 10.2.7. Content update, WoW Remix. Miss Pandaria experience. Wonders of Pandaria new, but with new, fresh loot and almost unlimited power. What is WoW Remix? World of Warcraft Remix is a limited time event, kind of like Plunderstorm, which allows players to re-experience the entirety of Miss Pandaria expansion at an accelerated rate from 10 to 70. All loot has been completely overhauled and has powerful new effects, allowing players to shape their experience, power up, and power on. So remember, when I talked about the Plunderstorm event, and I made that video kind of talking about it, and the fact that when you log into World of Warcraft, you have that little second button on your character screen. The fact that you have that second button was the most interesting thing in the world to me, because it allows you to make a second character and do whatever with it. And this is the next thing they're doing with it, which sounds really, really cool. Accelerated leveling and content allowing you to take nearly on every quest, scenario, dungeon, and raid. Create a WoW Remix character starting at level 10 to adventure through the end up to level 70. It almost sounds like they're taking the ideas of the what's it called? It's just the Season of Discovery, and then they're applying some of those ideas to a previous expansion, provide more value for content for the subholders for WoW. The subholder idea for providing more content, that's an idea that I got from watching Max's channel, because he says it a lot, so now it's kind of ingrained in my brain a little bit. A mountain of loot. Get powerful items from everywhere. Quests, chests, creatures, and bosses. Customizable items allow you to power up as far as you can go to take on tougher content. Convert unwanted items into bronze, which can be used to upgrade. Okay, so this means your gold's not going to matter. Everything is going to be kept kind of central to you. You can melt down stuff. You can power up your stuff. When it says purchase cosmetics, I'm going to assume that they're also bringing back like challenge mode gear, which would be insane, like absolutely incredible, because I want that stuff really bad. But it allows you to get those through rewards through gameplay. Keep what you collect, take your collection with you. Yeah, so that makes me think we're going to be able to earn some really cool stuff here. And if we can re-earn challenge mode, like achievements and outfits and stuff, that'd be great. Available to everyone, no expansion purchase needed. That's the same thing as Plunderstorm. You just need a time sub. However, they are doing something interesting, which is trial accounts will be able to experience the remix up to level 20. This means it adds a free-to-play part to this, and it allows people to touch it and then be like, you know what, yeah, sure, and then put the money in for it. I think you couldn't really do that with Plunderstorm, but I think having this free-to-play or little free-to-play option with a limit will always be the better play. Like, just look at, it's not as extensive as something like Final Fantasy XIV, where you get expansions worth of stuff. But I think anything is better than just not allowing people to touch it at all. Alright, accelerated leveling and content. There'll be no slowing you down, take on nearly every quest, scenario, and dungeon, and raid right at the gate. Accelerated leveling, chart available each type of content. Zones. Okay, here's where this gets interesting. 25 to 70 zone Mogushan vaults. This is a raid. The fact that you're able to potentially do raids pre-70, I wonder if this is just like talking about this is the zone, this is the dungeons in it, this is the raid. I don't know if this means that you can do the raid at level 25 and it scales. I'm not sure. But if you can, this is why I kind of alluded to the Season of Discovery thing, where they might alternate the raid size, might let you do it at lower levels than what you were normally able to do. And I think they may have brought some ideas over from that. I don't know for a fact that you can do raids at below max level, but I'm just talking about them because they're here. 35 to 70, Dread Waste, Terrace in the Spring, Throne of Thunder. 60 to 70, Siege of Orgrimmar. And Isle of Thunder, Throne of Thunder. And then at level 70, this is why I think you can, though, because at level 70, you can do the heroic raids. Which means that you're going to be able to progress through all of this and then do the heroic raids at level 70, which sounds pretty good, being able to raid early and have fun. It also makes sense that they would gate any of the raids pre-20, because that's the limit, right? So maybe we'll be able to do the raids early. That would be really, really cool. Creating a new identity, yeah, so it's the same thing as Plunderstorm. You're just going to be able to create a new character in a new section. New journey at Timeless Isle, meet up with the Infinite Dragonflight and Eternus. Okay, so this is the Infinite Dragonflight's part of this. New loot, new you. So just new, they have new stuff coming, variety of items. Okay, so if there's new stuff, this reminds me of once again, the Season of Discovery, the rune system, right? Where you can do quests and challenges or whatever to get these new runes to augment your character and do stuff. Let's see. New customizable items will be yours for the taking, and each item slot has their own unique identity with spell gem sockets. These sockets will come with exciting turbocharged new effects similar to trinkets. Each time you loot new items, you have a chance for powerful new upgrades, allowing you to push the limits further and faster ever before with uncapped progression. Yeah, this totally reminds me of my voice is cracking, of that system in Season of Discovery. You gradually become more and more powerful as items also grant permanent stats. Here's some examples of types of gem you might find. Metagems. So this was your metagems were originally a helm socket item that you were able to put there. I don't know if they'll put meta sockets and everything else, but originally it was a helm socketed item that required different colors of gems and other sockets to be able to activate back when they were introduced in TBC. So these have equip. These, I wonder if these are going to be these are going to be active buttons that you're going to basically be putting on your bars as well. Summon a storm, call on 5 bolts of lightning every second. Each bolt inflicts glitch nature damage to enemies in 30 yards. During the storm, 3 flowers go around the caster. After 5 seconds, the flower bloom, restoring a bunch of health and granting haste to all. Okay, that's really, really strong. Big AoE. Transform into a Thundering Orb, inflicting nature and damage to enemies within 30 yards over 4 seconds. While you're an orb, damage taken is reduced, movement speed is reduced, and you're immune to loss of control effects. It seems like something that might be really useful on tanks. Potentially DPS too, depending on how much damage it does. Coalesce an Orb of Pure Void that increases critical strike damage taken by enemies within 15 yards for 50%, by 50% for 10 seconds. After 4 seconds, the orb explodes, inflicting shadow. So that seems like healer tank DPS metas, although that's probably not exactly what they can be or what they're going to do. But it seems cool. Tinker. So, I wonder how much our base classes are going to play into these if we have a bunch of different socketed stuff and different like Tinker slots. I'm not sure. Hailstorm. Every 3 seconds, build up a charge of Hailstorm. Farm reaches 10 seconds. Unleash a hail on enemies within 50 yards. Each impact inflicts frost damage. I think I say inflicts frost damage and applies numbing cold. Reduces movement speed and damage dealt. Attacking removes a stack of numbing cold. Okay. Cold front. Your abilities have a chance to grant allies a shield, absorbing damage and applying numbing cold to all enemies. Okay, it's numbing cold again. And wildfire. Your abilities have a chance to inflict additional fire damage and spread wildfire to the nearby enemy, inflicting fire. Okay, so it's just ignite, proliferation, and spread. Wildfire stacks and spreads nearby enemies, stacking up to 10 times. More. Kingmaster Shield. Grants a shield absorbing damage equal to 20% your total health. Is this just Prydaz? Shield regenerate after not. Yeah, this is just Prydaz. Okay. While above 80% health, your attacks consume 2% of your max health to inflict holy damage equal to the amount consumed. That's interesting. So classes that have a lot of self-sustain, like Fury Warrior, potentially has a lot of strong interactions with this. Sunstriders flourish. Your critical strikes erupt in a fiery explosion, inflicting fire damage to enemies within 15 yards of your target. Okay, just doing a lot of crits, doing a lot of AoE. Cogwheel gems. Blink, sprint. So that, I mean, this is just mage, rogue, monk. I wonder, are we just building... How much of our base class matters here? I almost wonder if your base class doesn't matter as much. I don't know. This is weird. This is interesting. The Cloak of Infinite Potential. You'll also be able to earn an artifact cloak that grants permanent power increase as you play. Power you earn on your strongest characters share with the alternate characters created for them to make leveling even faster. Okay, so just like Mop, you had the legendary cloak, but as you're using it, you'll this thing permanently increase its stats. It'll also get experience gain to make it faster on other characters. So I think this your class still does matter. There wouldn't be a reason to make other classes if you could swap stuff out and potentially play different classes. So it looks like your classes still matter. And then you'll be able to level even faster, so you can do a ton during this event. Okay, sounds great. Earn titles, variety of transmogs, previously unreleased color variants of older models, more simply by completing our remix, and specific achievements during the event. These achievements will become feats of strength when the event ends. So it's like, what, different color Clutch of Jikun. Instead of blue, it's gold for the Heavenly Cloud. I don't know if this is Heavenly Cloud Serpent. I don't remember the exact name, but... Okay. Welcome to the Bronze Age. There's no such thing as a bad drop, and any drop you get can be converted into a new currency, bronze. You'll be able to use this currency to purchase upgrades in World of Warcraft account-bound cosmetics. Head to the bazaar in any zone and purchase items, anything from class transmogs. Class transmogs? Oh, the challenge mode set's coming back? Ooh! To mounts, toys, and more. Like this chicken. Look at this chicken. Head to the bazaar. Items that were previously unable to obtain or difficult to obtain as random drops by simply spending this new currency to add them to their account's collection. Yo, dude, that's sick! Players won't be able to use the auction house in World of Warcraft. Good, no gold, don't have to care about any of that crap. Continue the story as the Dawncar Hunt updates. Usher the final chapter of the expansion sets the stage for the war within. Wait. Continue the story of Dragonflight as the Dark Heart content update ushers in a final chapter of the expansion and sets the stage for the war within. So this is more than just this time running event too. I wonder if because it's Chromie, it has any, and there's all the infinite timeline guys. If this has anything to do with our next step into the war within, with the big Earth Dragon guy. I wonder if he, what was his name? Eridicron. I wonder if he's coming back in any capacity to set the stage for the next expansion. Anyway, this is really cool though. This is going to be a lot of fun. I honestly expected maybe just challenge modes themselves coming back or something like that. I did not expect this. I did not expect this at all. And it really looks like they're taking from Season of Discovery to make this really cool. Seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to this. One thing they did note as well, there is another, let's see, go to Wowhead real quick, that I think is interesting enough to talk about, was raid buff scrolls. This basically means that with raid buff scrolls coming back, this basically means you can play with whatever, do whatever, play any class, you'll have all the buffs. And I wonder if this is implications for just the event, because they don't want people to consider to be like limited by something like that, especially since you're doing raids. Or this is something that has potential for the war within, and then maybe going, hey man, raid buffs kind of suck. I'm very, very, very curious to see how this goes. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. Seems super interesting. Yeah. Alrighty. I'll catch you later. Peace.